The first time I saw this building after Katrina flooded the city of New Orleans was when I came by helicopter 11 days after the storm and walked into this lobby with two soldiers who had M16s, and they took me through the entire facility, room by room. There was no electricity, so they had to light up every room. And that was a sobering moment to realize all that had happened. This facility was an island in the sea here. The tide came up and down on the parking lot, and we were able to land on the parking lot that day. This facility became a center for relief efforts in our city. Red Cross, Salvation Army, and of course the Southern Baptist Yellow Caps, disaster relief teams from all over America were here serving people, distributing thousands of pounds of food, water, diapers, and all kinds of supplies. We didn't lock this building for 4 months after Katrina. There really was no point in it. People were sleeping here, sometimes over 100 people in a night, in the fellowship hall and other places where our volunteers came and stayed and helped us in those first weeks and months after the storm. So this was a traumatic event for this community of faith. We lost over half of our membership in the as a part of the flood, and it was a marker for us spiritually, a moment when we all reflected on what our lives meant, what our stuff meant, because all of it was piled in the middle of West End Boulevard, about to be hauled off to the landfill. When we began to think about what we wanted to do for the 10th anniversary, we thought, well, we need to have a summer of praising God. We need to be praising Him. And so we titled the sermon series and our focus, Raise the Praise. And we created these 10 banners, which represent the 10 years since Hurricane Katrina. We've invited our membership and our guests to write on these banners praises that relate to those years. And we are raising those banners up to the ceiling as they fill up with praises, which is a visual and a reminder of God's goodness even in the midst of the storm, and how He has grown us through the storm. So that's been a great way to remember Hurricane Katrina, which is a sobering memory for a lot of us, and even a painful memory for many people in our congregation. And some people don't remember at all, of course. They weren't even here. But for those of us that went through it, it is a painful memory in lots of ways. And this has helped us to just praise the Lord for all His benefit, His grace, and His mercy toward us in these 10 years since the Great Flood.